Hello, everyone. For today's reading, we are using Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle. This is a smaller deck. It didn't come with a guidebook or anything, but I know she has a bigger deck that the cards are bigger and it comes with a guidebook. I don't know where I even got this deck. This is a smaller size deck, so I don't even know where I got this deck from. But let's take a look at your message for today. We're just going to ask, universe, tell me what it is that I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. Right? Help me understand what I need to do in my life, in my situation, in my journey. What do I need to do? Okay, so let's take a look. I feel like we need one more. Yeah, I thought so. Move that there, put this here. Okay, so looking at our cards. So boundaries. All right, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, so your first card is all about knowing yourself. You can't set healthy boundaries if you're a people pleaser. If you're always worried about someone being upset with you, if you're always worrying about saying something wrong or someone judging you, you're never going to have healthy boundaries because you're always going to be adjusting yourself to fit everybody else's, wants, needs, whatever. Um, so what you want to do first is take a look at yourself and take a look at everybody around you. Who is taking and not reciprocating that energy? Okay, who keeps taking, but doesn't offer to give? Who's stealing your energy and depleting you? Right? Who keeps showing up when you're doing your best, but they're not offering you the support that you would offer them? Okay, so like children is a different situation. Like, yes, we have to have boundaries with our children so that they understand and respect us because that teaches them to respect others as well. But I'm not really talking about children in this situation. For here, I feel like for a lot of you, it could be a boss that doesn't appreciate the things that you do. It could be family members that just keep taking, ones that may not like that you have succeeded in ways that they haven't. So therefore they might be jealous or they might be envious or they might just keep, thinking that there's going to be you're constantly going to be giving them handouts. You're constantly going to be saying yes to everything they say, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, that's a big thing, right? And for some of you, you might just be a really busy person. Maybe you're always saying yes to volunteering, always saying yes to doing things for others. And the universe is saying, it's okay to say no. It's okay to just stop. Look at her hands. She's like, stop. Like, no, you cannot come. No. She's like stopping all of them from coming close to her. She's like, no. Right. And so the universe is saying, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I've had enough. It's okay to say, you are not permitted to use me anymore. You're not permitted to make those comments towards me anymore. You're not permitted to judge me anymore. You're not permitted to get in my space and deplete my energy anymore, right? Now, you can't stop somebody from judging you, but you can stop them from placing that judgment on you, is what I mean by you can't judge me anymore. It means like, if somebody says, "Oh, why are you so this? Why are you so that?" That's placing a judgment on you. That's making you feel guilty. That's making you feel less than who you truly are. That's making you feel like you're not good enough. That's making you feel like there's something wrong with you. That is placing judgment on you. So you can tell somebody, you can judge me all you want, but it stops here. I'm not going to allow it to affect me anymore. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think, right? Yes, I value your opinion, but if it's going to belittle me, then no, you can have it back, right? Don't be afraid to send those nasty words back. Don't be afraid to say enough's enough, okay? That's what I feel like that is with boundaries. Okay? If you're at a job and they don't respect your boundaries because, oh, well, ask so and so, they'll do it, or oh, I need somebody, oh, call this person, they'll come in. Like eventually you have to be able to say, I'm sorry, I'm not available anymore. Or I'm sorry, I'm not available today. Or I'm sorry, I can't do that. I wish I could. I know I have in the past, but I can't do it anymore. Don't be afraid. And if they don't like it and they have a problem with it, then start looking for another job. Okay, start looking ahead for another job because you don't owe anybody your peace of mind and your sanity and your energy. You don't owe anybody that. Right? People should honor what you give, not demand. People should respect who you are and what you offer, not take. Okay? So don't be afraid to stand in your own energy. Don't be afraid to say, no, I can't do that. I can't, this has to stop. Or, hey, I've been working on myself and I don't do this no more. I don't do that no more. I don't allow this anymore. I've put up some boundaries, right? They might not like it, but those that do understand you and respect you, they are going to be there because they're going to respect that you have a right to say no to certain things, right? So that's just going to be an easy way for you to know who is truly for you and who isn't. So Lemura is creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yes. Okay. So that's a whole part of this as well, right? Heaven is a state of mind. It's also a state of energy and frequency, right? Think of someone that's really, really happy, right? They don't, yes, they are well aware of all the negative stuff that's going on in the world. They're not, unless they're like a newborn infant baby or something, they're aware that stuff happens, right? But they choose to find the happiness within them. They choose to find the love within them. They choose to find the peace, the gratitude, the thankfulness for every day that they are given. And in that energy, they create heaven on earth. Okay, they create their own happiness. Is it possible to create your own happiness? Yes, it is. But you have to be aware of what makes you happy. What are you doing that you're giving your happiness away to? Right? What have you not healed? What have you not addressed? Are you keeping yourself busy and in the wrong environment because you have unaddressed trauma or unaddressed healing or things that you shadow work that you need to do on yourself to heal yourself so that you can truly be happy because the happiness starts within you. It's never going to be outside of you. It has to start within you. A healed person sees things differently, sees the world differently. A person who is hurting or has been hurt sees the world through the eyes of pain and um, being in that understanding of victim energy, right? So when you heal, you have the understanding of, okay, I understand what these people are doing. I understand what this situation is, and this is where it ends, or this is where it stops, or this is what I allow, right? Because you don't have that emotional attachment from unhealed issues when it comes to the boundaries, and you're able to be happy. Do you ever see people just like they're able to be happy regardless of like, oh, it'll work itself out, and they just keep going. They just see the brighter side of things, the happier side of things, and it's because they are healing themselves within them. And a lot of times you can do the healing work without even realizing that you are doing the healing work. Like you could be doing it just by showing up every day loving yourself. Okay. It doesn't have to be hard healing work either. It could be just showing up every day and telling yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love how far you've come. You're doing a great job. Looking at yourself and telling yourself that you matter can also help with healing. Asking the universe to help you with things that you need healed, that you need healing with, that are unspoken, right? That's a good thing to ask for. So in Rama is where are you being called to journey to? So for some of you, this could be travel, right? Traveling. But excuse me, for others, this can actually be going inward, taking a journey of the soul. Okay, I feel like for a lot of you, this can be like an awakening card. Maybe you have the desire to heal, and that's why you were actually even pulled to this reading, because you want to overcome things that feels like it's a heaviness over you, right? So, where are you being called to journey? For some of you, you might be digging into, the truths of many different things. Maybe you want to travel to see the ocean because that's where you feel happiness, right? Maybe you want to travel to see a place you haven't been to for a while because you long to see what it looks like now, right? So, this can be a physical journey, going on a physical journey, but it can also be an inner journey. And anytime we go on a journey, we are actually going on an inner journey as well, because emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, we are showing up in the physical as well. So it's like everything together, right? So you're showing up on the journey, but it's also meeting your spiritual, emotional, mental needs as well. So look at where you feel called to do, where you feel called to go. For some of you, you already know it's an inner journey. You're working on yourself, which is awesome and great. And for others, this card is going to be, that yes, you need to take that trip. Yes, you need to do that. Yes, you need to stop making excuses and actually take that trip, because it's meant to help you in many ways, right? The person is standing in water. Water is um, Water holds energy. Water holds memory. Water holds emotions. Okay, you are made up of mostly water. The earth is covered in water, right? So this journey is all about emotions. It's all about cleansing. It's all about healing. It's all about releasing, right? So whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, whether it's both, this is um, this is a card that's telling you that it's a good time to plan that journey, to do that journey. It's a good time to make it happen, because it will make a difference in your life right now. So, the priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Right? Okay, so this is a leadership card. How are you being called? Well, first off, if you're being asked to set boundaries, a person that sets healthy boundaries, a person that creates inner peace, that's very hard to find nowadays. Lots of people lack boundaries. Lots of people lack inner peace, right? So if you're being called to to step up in situations, it is because you have the ability to accomplish these tasks. And when you do this transformation for yourself, you're going to be set up to also show others how to do it for themselves. Okay, you're going to be guided by the universe to support and help other people who also want to be where you are, who also wants to transform their life, because they want that heaven on earth, right? They want that peace in their heart. They want that healing that only comes from truly doing the work, right? There's no way around the process, but doing the inner work, doing the healing, right? Setting the boundaries, saying no, just, transforming yourself into who you truly want to be, right? So you want to look at the situations that you're in. Where do you show up? Are you the one that's giving advice? Are you the one that's lending the ear? Are you the one that's there supporting other people when no one else is, right? how can you take that energy and use it in a positive way that empowers others to do the same? Because there's a difference between a boss and a leader. A boss tells you what to do, right? A leader teaches you and walks with you. A leader leads by example. A leader teaches and supports the people that are behind them. Where a boss is kind of someone that, tells you what you need to do, gives you orders, or tells you this needs to be done, that needs to be done, right? Now, there are some bosses that are great leaders, but a lot of the times you don't see that. So you're not being guided to be bossy. You're not being guided to look down on anybody. You are being guided to support the people around you or the situation that you're in, or you're being guided to set an example for others to see in a situation. Okay, that's what I mean by the leadership role. Take a leap of faith. So you go first. The universe will catch you. Yeah. So this card is asking you to trust the universe. Trust that the universe knows exactly what you need to do, exactly where you need to go, exactly how you need to make it happen. And it supports you because it knows that you have the ability to do the work. You have the ability to show up. Okay. You have the ability to make it happen, and the universe will catch you when you leap, right? Things will work out in unexplainable ways. So yeah, exactly, right? So we have the speech bubble. So things will work out in unexplainable ways, right? You might not know what to say at this particular moment to set the boundaries that you need to set. And it's okay to not have the words, just do the actions, right? if if you always call your job back every single time they call you, and you know that when they call you they are going to want you to come to work, don't call back, don't answer the phone. If you don't know what to say, then do another way of setting boundaries. um, hey, I called you to come in yesterday, why didn't you answer your phone? Oh, I'm sorry, it was my day off, I was busy. you know that way you're teaching that um you're not you don't have to be mean to state that you're not available, right? You don't have to be mean to state that you've had enough. So until you're able to find your voice, you can do it in other ways, is what this is saying, okay? Because not everybody might be able to boldly say that they've had enough. And you don't want to say and then retract your words. You don't want to be like, no, I can't. Oh, but please, I have nobody. That means, all right. You don't want to do that either, because that is that is basically showing them that they can walk all over what boundaries you're trying to set. So that just makes it harder for you because they're used to you giving in. So they're going to try even harder next time. And if you give in, then every time you do that, it's going to make the next time harder and harder because they're going to keep asking and asking, thinking, well, they'll give in. They'll give in. I'll just ask again. They'll give in. Oh, come on. Come on. Like they'll just keep harassing you and pressuring you until you do give in because you gave in before. So if you don't have the words, try a different approach, okay? Until you're able to get the confidence that when you speak no, no stays no, okay? And do a lot of hands-on, do some physical work, right? So you want to have it on earth, make things happen, maybe go to situations where you feel at peace. If you like being at a park, you like going for a walk, you like sitting and relaxing and just people watching, whatever, physically do the action. Okay. Physically move yourself there. Okay. There's a turtle here that I can see. And this just tells me that, you don't have to go at a fast pace. This isn't something that you got to go out tomorrow and make it all happen. Little steps. Little steps is going to be successful. You want to take little steps so that you're productive and you're stable. The main thing here is to be stable in your voice, stable in your energy. That's how you're going to make this change permanent. Okay. And that's how you're going to influence those around you that it can be done. Okay. You have the key to unlock the door, but you have to understand that when that door is unlocked, it is meant to be open. So you want to make sure that when you approach this leadership role, when you approach this leap, that you are ready. Okay. If you have the key, but you know you have to open that door as soon as you unlock it, then work on your confidence so that when you unlock it, you are ready to open the door and step through. That's that leap of faith, okay? And trust in the universe. The star energy reminds you, trust in the universe. You're not here alone. You've never meant to be here alone. If you go way, way back in the generations, in the history of human beings spiritually, we were spiritual beings way before like religion even took place. We connected with those that worked with us, that created us, that wanted to see us succeed and be successful and wanted to see us live and grow, right? We had that connection. And then through lots of shadow, darkness, things that wasn't right, that connection was made to be very bad and to look very bad. And over the years, people were killed, people were abused, people were looked down upon. The words that were once good and meant good things were turned to mean evil things. And because of all of that, we kind of got away from the true spiritual connection within us. And that connection within us is the lifeline that connects us to source, right? So we are never alone. Many, many years ago, in Egypt and the Mayans and the Aztecs and things, they used to study the stars, right? We know that the pyramids are aligned with the stars, right? So there is a connection to the world all around us, and it starts within us. You have to believe that that connection exists within you. Once you start believing that that connection to the creator, to life, to the life force is within you, once you start opening up that door, then you start realizing how everything works with you and helps you. Okay. So it all starts within you. And the more you believe, the more you show up for yourself, the more you're going to see things begin to change. Okay. But just remember that sometimes, sometimes the world conditions us to believe certain things. Sometimes we think we're just not good enough because of this, that, or whatever. And we just need to remind ourselves that each of us are loved and that we're all here for many different reasons, right? And whatever we are facing, we are strong enough to overcome. And we just have to find that strength within us. Okay. So we are using Witch Magic as your closing cards. It says, the world is magical with many lessons. The hardest ones are the most valuable. A witch lets the earth guide her and the universe hold her. And again, the word witch, look it up. Many, many years ago, it was a person who was called a witch. It meant that you were a healer, that you understood how to use the land, the herbs, the medicine. You were connected to spirits that gave life to everyone, everything. Okay. That was a word that was meant to be honored, and instead it was turned to represent evil and bad. Okay. So try to have a magical adventure of some kind every day. Yeah, so when you get up every day, try to find something positive, right? That's that hands-on physical, situation. So try to find something positive in your experience, right? A moment of gratitude every day. Take a moment of gratitude in the morning before you start your day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for everything that I will get to experience today. Right? When you go to bed at night, thank you for everything that I experienced today, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors, my spirit guides. Thank you, higher self, for everything that I went through today, whether it was good or bad, because I know that everything is used for my highest good, right? So gratitude goes a long way. Gratitude makes little things magical, okay? So that is your reading for today. I hope this helped you, and thanks for tuning in and have a great day.